na na So this is called a raga. It's the equivalent of a mode in the Western world, and this is called Kalyani in the South Indian classical, and Yaman in the North Indian. So in India, the North Indian classical and the South Indian classical have two distinct styles, even though they share the same notes in the mode, which in this case is Sari Gama Padani Sa. So what I sang now is solfege, same as Do Re Mi Fi Sol La Ti Do, same as that. So it shares the same scale, but the nuances and the way you interpret the same scale differs between the South and the North. I sang a little bit more of how the South interprets it. In the North, they kind of do a little bit more of Nire Ga Ma Da Ni Sa Na 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 De Na Na. You want to sing like there's a small khayal I can sing. This is like a small Hindustani khayal. So Hindustani is a North Indian classical tradition, and the South Indian is called Carnatic. So we're just gonna demonstrate a small, like, two-line piece, and then we can do some improv over that. So typically how it's performed is you have like a few words, you sing those, and then you get into the improvisation mode. So the whole music is highly improvisational, and the improvisation itself is contained within the mode. If you noticed, I did not go outside the mode. There is no harmony here. We could add harmony, of course, and that's what we are doing today in contemporary Indian music. But in the traditional music, it's monophonic. There is no polyphony. And everything that we do is all melodic phrases. So it needs to have enough good melodic content to keep it interesting for people, because now there's no harmony changes and keeping you interested there. So yeah, just gonna perform this small piece here. Yeri gali viya bina, yeri ga pa ma da pa ni da sa
Just to add on top of that, so if you notice how the melody is phrased in the raga, I mean, maybe stand up or I have to sit, but Yeri Ali Piya Bhina is, so the very important to and inherent to Indian music is how you arrive on the downbeat or the first beat of the cycle, right? So we are here dealing with a 16 beat cycle, which is called Teen Tal, which is the very basic 4/4 equivalent of the North Indian system of classical music, and it's denoted. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, da da din din da din din ta traka din din da din da din din da din din ta traka din din da din din da din din da din din ta traka din din da. So that what I'm playing is giving her an idea of where in the cycle she is as she improvises, right? And the composition itself takes off at a particular point and lands on the downbeat. So Yeri Ali Piya Bhina Sakhi Yeri Ali Piya Bhina. So the composition takes off from the 9th beat of the cycle and comes back down to the 1. So all of her improvisation will lead to the 9th beat or the halfway point of the cycle and then follow the melody back to the 1, right? So yeah,
so that was like the different components of a traditional, composition. This is how it's performed, and you have the tal, you have the rag, and these few words, and then the improvisation. We're going to move on to different modes now, and I'm going to pick modes that are first equivalent to the Western scale, so you can kind of understand how we treat those modes. So Lydian, for example, this Kalyani or Yaman is same as Lydian mode mode in the Western scale. So next one we're going to take is the Dorian. So the Dorian is Sari Gama Padani Sa Sa Ni Da Pa Ma Ga Re Sa.
Kind of.
Yeah. So he's restricted by the flute. Do you want to talk about it?
Okay, so this is a 6-hole flute, a diatonic flute, and to get the notes in between, I have to do cross fingerings, or you drill some extra holes in the back of the flute. That's the best way to do it. But some notes are almost impossible to get clean. Like this is a D flute. For me to get the E flat, I have to half hole the first hole, and it's really hard to get it clean. So I stay away from those notes. But I'm close to that scale. I'm close.
So we're just gonna sing a couple of phrases and move on to other modes which are in the scale, so that you can relate to that, and then a few other modes. The next one we're going to take is Phrygian, which the equivalent is Todi in the South Indian classical. Sari ga ma pa da ni sa ni da ba ma ga ri sa. So even though the scale itself, if you hear it plain, it'll be Sari ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa. So that's the actual scale, but in Carnatic we treat it with Sari ga ma. So that is so important to the rag. So rags don't have just notes. It's also important how you approach those notes, from where you come onto them and how you leave them. So this rag is like a typical example for that. Sari ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa na 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 ra na 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 na. So that was Todi. So this is considered to be a very heavy rag in like Carnatic music, because there's so much happening in it, and like you have to be very careful when you sing it also. The next one we're going to move on. We finished Lydian, so maybe Mixolydian. We'll go to D for that.
Go to D, yeah.
So we had a couple of pieces that we were rehearsing for the gumbo. So Color of the Curry is kind of there, but it's like a subscale. So we have 72 basic Melakarta rags in Carnatic, which are full scale. So they have all sorts of combinations of your second. So like, sorry, I'll just take the lower sound. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. That was your Phrygian. And then the re you can change. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. You can keep changing your second and the sixth and the fourth, and you get so many combinations of scales, which is not totally explored in Western because of harmonic elements associated with each of those. But since we have just melodic, material, we're able to, have 72 of them with different combinations. So yeah, let's hear some mixo. So this one is probably the closest where you can find a lot of harmonic element and can do a lot of fusion music with like Indian, because it's also like easier for the ear, and like there's so much you can play with it and play like really a straight Western tune, or like just bring in enough embellishments to make it sound a little oriental or like Indian, exotic. So this is a great mode. A lot of people who approach Indian music first like kind of start in this one or Dorian, which is easy to like get into first.
Yeah, I just want to say that's exactly what I'm doing. Since I don't really know this music, so I'm a professional imposter. So I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and then copy some of it. And that's kind of what drew me to these flutes, that I can do all these inflections that I can't do on a regular flute. I can do pitch bends and moving between larger intervals and bending between intervals. So I'll play some, maybe mix a video.
Yeah, so apart from these full scales, like I said, the 72, we also have like subscales, like modes that have lesser than 7 notes. So you know the pentatonic scale, the major and the minor. So that itself, here's an example of how we would treat it. Like again, it's about how we get out of the note and how we get back into the notes. So that's the major pentatonic. Na 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 Same thing with the minor pentatonic. Sa ga ma pa ni sa da ni ba ma ga sa ga ma pa ni sa ni ba ma ga sa. We also have combinations of lesser notes going up and then a lot of notes coming down. For example, sa ga ma pa ni sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa ni da pa. So So we have like combinations of that. So the more you explore, there are like so many combinations possible of like lesser note scales and like half, going up lesser notes and then full note and all of that. Apart from all of this, compositions where there are words and where we're singing compositions, we have compositions that have like kunakol. It's like a rhythmic solfege. So like dheem, tom, compositions like that, which are called tilana, where the emphasis is given to the rhythm, and but it's still set to a rag, and you kind of perform that. Do you want to do the kapi for that?
Sure.
So this is in a rag called kapi, which has a myriad of notes. It's got both the major third and the minor third, and yeah, you'll hear it. Deem deem tag deem da tan dhirana 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 tag deem deem tag deem da tan dhirana 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 tag deem deem tag deem da tan dhirana 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 tag deem deem tag deem da tan dhirana 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 tag deem deem tag deem da tan dhirana ஆனந்த நடமாடும் நடராஜன் எழில் கண்டேனே ஆனந்த நடமாடும் பிள்ளை ஐயன் நடராஜன் எழில் கண்டேனே அன்னை சிவகாமி கருள் செய்தவனே அன்போடு மனம் நாடி நின்றேன் தாம் தகிடமப சனிவ தகத ஜடுதேம் ஹரேரே தஜம் தசரிம பனிதாம் தகிடமப சனிவ தகத ஜடுதேம் ஹரேரே தஜம் சரிம பனிம பனி சதகத ஜடுதேம் நினிரமப தஜடுதேம் நிமப ததிம் பத்தரி Yeah, so that was kapi, whereas so it's got like major and minor third and both the sevens, so there's a lot more color you can add to what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the rhythmic system of India. I will approach a little bit through what I do with the tabla, and then we can maybe do some exercises or something that might be fun. So, understanding the basic syllables, there's two systems of classical music in India. You have the North Indian system and the South Indian system, as we spoke about. The tabla that I play comes from the North Indian system. In the North Indian system of doing things, there's a literal relationship between what I recite and what I play. Right? So if I say dha, that's dha. If I say dhet, tun, dhira, right? So everything that I say has a very similar sound that is played. Dhiridhira kitataka. Dadri kitatak. Tina kitatak. Right? So you take these syllables and then you start to weave stories out of them. I think as musicians we're all trying to tell stories, and I think syllables and their related compositions have proved great way to like weave stories. So for instance, there's a dancer called Birju Maharaj. He gave us a concept in numbers that said you have, let's say, a deer hopping and then a lion hopping and then a rabbit hopping, but how would they do it? How would they run and hop? So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. You know, the bigger animals jump more, smaller animals hop, and then so it's numbers, right? But everything that I'm reciting in phrases is superimposed on the numbers. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3, right? If I put this in composition, right? So you can start to recite different things, or sometimes it's just about the beauty of the composition. One that I got from my teacher recently, in a cycle of 4/4, na din din da din din da da din gadin na da kit dik tak tak dina kit tak didir kit tak da dik dina kit da kata kit da dina kit da kit tak kit da di kit da kit tak den darana ka didir kit tak da the darana ka didir kit tak da the darana ka didir kit tak da, right? So just beautiful combinations of syllables that come together to give you composition. So right? So whatever I recite is played directly on the tabla, and this works great when you have such a tradition. But in the South Indian tradition, there is not as such a direct relationship between what is recited and what is played. What is recited is meant to give an indication of what can be played, or a mathematical idea of what can be played. We are nerds, we love mathematics, and we do a lot of mathematics in our music, okay? I'll try to skip away from the math, but in South Indian, syllables are simpler, okay? But they are indicative of whatever else they could be. We have 4 or 5 basic syllables that we go through, and they come from an ancient prayer or sloka or mantra, however you like to see it. It's called the Gayatri mantra. You say, Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha Ta Saviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayahat, which means forget about the meaning of prayer, but that's where you took the basic syllables, right? So you have Ta, Di, Tam, Nam that come from the prayer. So those are our primary syllables that we use in the South. So Ta, Di, Tam, Nam. That just eventually Tad, Di, Tam, Nam. Okay? From there, we started to expand little more and make your basic syllables. So when you say 1, ta, okay, 2, taka, you can say that after me, taka, 3, takita, okay, 4, takadimi, okay, and then 5, tadiginatum. So ta, di, gi, na, tum. Okay? So 1, ta, 2, 3, 4, Takadimi, yeah. 5, tadiginatum, right? Even 5, you can make it a combination of 2 and 3, which is taka takita, right? Anything above 5 starts to become combinations of what is below it, right? So, if I wanted to say 7, I can say 4 and 3, so takadimi takita, right? If I wanted to say 9, I can say 4, 3 and 2, takadimi taka takita, right? So, analyzing huge pieces of music with a lot of lines, it becomes easy when you can just break it down into blocks of 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s at points, right? But that gives us this way of thinking about it, gives me a lot of tools in terms of breaking down larger compositions and giving myself approaches to get to certain points in them, right? And I find that that's probably the most useful thing you can take away from this, okay? Now, let's try some basic exercises. You don't have to use the Indian syllables, they're only a tool, right? So, I want to be able to count to 8, okay? So, 8 can also be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, or it can also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? And when you say, so which do you guys want to do?
Indian.
1, 2?
Numbers, yeah.
Numbers? So when you go to 7, don't do 7, because it's like, I was telling somebody when you do a workshop, there were these kids who said, we want to learn odd time signatures. I said, count to 7. They said, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. So 7 is just sen, okay? Sen, just single syllable, okay? So all I want you to do is to clap on the 1, okay? And then count through to 8. Simple enough? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Nice and loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah?
7, 8.
Now swallow the 1.
6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. The 1 is being said in your head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? From 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6. Now from 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5. Try to minimize your body movements as much as you can. Everyone's starting to bob and do all of that, which is great. Your coping mechanism, but you want to reduce it as much as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8.
7.
7, 8. 7, 8.
Happening.
7, 8. 7, 8.
8.
8.
Good.
8.
Okay?
8.
Alright, you get, this is the concept, okay? So, what you need to be able to do with this, and let's see how far we can get, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Okay? Whatever combination you want, however you want to. And over anything. So, for instance, if you take a clave, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. You know? You should be able to do this or do it in triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, whatever. Just be able to do it in triplets, quintuplets, whatever else. That's the long-term game. Let's see how far we can get today. Okay? So, everyone with me a little faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Man, so soft. Where's the energy? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 7, 8. 7, 8. 8. 8.
Ah! Where's the 8?
8.
8, right? Great, awesome, that was quick, well done. So now, one after the other, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on till 8, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8.
Ah! Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 8.
Yeah, you can see. I mean, so you can start doing what this exercise does is it really builds your internal rhythm, okay? And that becomes crucial when you want to play those, you want to make your playing tight, or you want to play those odd hits at different places. This is really going to help, okay? And what you can do if you're a piano player or a violin player or whatever else, superimpose melodies on this, right? Put melodies over these different numbers and start making your own exercises, right? You can do 100,000 different exercises with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So that's one way to think about this. And in all this, the important thing is to understand how we interpret silence, right? When the silence, the blank parts of the music where your counting has to be strong, how do you make yourself stronger in that, right? Another exercise that you can look at when doing that, okay, is to take any time signature that you want, okay? So let's say you want to work with 3, okay? So build yourself an ostinato in 3, okay? A simple one. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So first suppose this is 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And you're starting to build from quarters to 16ths to 8ths or to whatever else you want, okay? So let's maybe try that. This is an easy enough thing to do, okay? So first, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Simple enough? I can't hear you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the 16th, so quarter note. Sorry, 8th note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Everyone's with me? Quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 1. So how do you get there easier in your head, right? That becomes the question. So now, if it's quarter note, you're going to have 4 16th notes inside it, right? So you're going to do 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4, right? So 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, right? So now, as a challenge, try and do 5 16th notes in each one. So, for instance, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 2 2 3 4 5 3 2 3 4 5 1 2 4 5 2 2 3 4 5 3 2 3 4 5 1 2 2 2 3 4 5 3 2 3 4 5 1. Concept, okay? We don't have enough time to run through, I don't know how much time I've got, but just an idea of basic counting, okay? Very, very basic counting and how you can build exercises from this. When I take syllables, right, in the Indian system, what we're really doing is making it easier to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So instead of saying 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 takka dimmi takka jonnu takka dimmi takka dimmi takka jonnu takka dimmi ta, right? At this speed it seems easy enough, but if I'm doing takka dimmi takka jonnu takka dimmi takka dimmi takka jonnu takka dimmi takka dimmi takka jonnu takka dimmi takka dimmi, it just becomes easier. If I'm saying takadimi takajunu 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 ta, I'm not going to be able to say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. It doesn't work, right? That's all the syllables are really doing. When you hear any Indian reciting crazy syllables all over the place, that's what we're doing. Sorry? Just we're counting numbers, and we've made it easier for ourselves to count numbers. So for instance, if we do 5, tadi ginatom, right? To count 6, we just put a tie between 2 and 3. So it's just tadi ginatom, right? So tadi ginatom 5, tadi ginatom 6. Then we go to 7, we do ta'a di ginatom, right? If you want to do 9, we do ta'a di gi na'atom. That's it. And I can use this to make 100 different combinations of things that I can play. So if for those of you who are in Gumbo, you saw Rodney and me play something at the end of one of Purvi's Blues, right? Yeah. So we did ta ditta ta diginatum ditta ta diginatum ta ta diginatum ta diginatum ta diginatum ta. It's a composition in 5. Okay, in a time cycle of 5. So if I do an ostinato in 5, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. Ta ditta ta diginatum ditta ta diginatum ta ta diginatum ta diginatum ta diginatum ta. Okay, that is basically 1 2 ta di ta a ta di ta a 7, right? And then we gave a gap of 5 ta di ta. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. That was the composition. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. Ta di ta ta diginatum di ta ta diginatum ta ta diginatum ta diginatum ta diginatum ta. Right? That's what we're doing. Now, if I take that basic math, I'm swallowing in the 7 I'm swallowing the 2 and the 4, right? In the 3 I'm swallowing the 2 and the 3. I'm just putting these numbers in my head. So ta di ta I'm only saying ta di ta. So the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So the 2 4 6 and 7 I don't say out loud. I'm doing that in my head. But with the syllables, it's easier for me to do it rather than with numbers. That's why we use the syllables. Now that I know the basic mathematics of this, I can superimpose maybe 64th notes or 32nd notes on it. So ta dit ta kirdik tarikadum dit ta kirdik tarikadum ta kirdik tarikadum kirdik tarikadum kirdik tarikadum ta. It's the same math, right? It's the same basic math. I'm just doubling the syllable count inside it. That's where I think that's the advantage, at least, that the Indian system is giving me. So if you want to use it, all you got to do is count from 1 to 8. The very first thing that we did is count 1 to 8 and take that counting, swallow numbers and make exercises for yourself. Just come up, open up, take out a sheet of paper, just put 1 to 8, put random places to swallow numbers, and then just practice doing it. Practice it with your instrument, practice it with your voice, and you have started your journey on Indian rhythms.
Yeah, you could also add like the solfege to it. So, you can like also do those and kind of practice your intonation and pitching with it. And that can be useful in improvisation. You get so many rhythmic ideas from that, which you can use in all your. And usually when we end a song, this is a great way to like, all of us understand this. This like a common language to know that okay, this is the korvai. It's called a korvai that this percussion player is playing. So we can like put in solfege and kind of come with him and kind of end it together.
Any questions?
Yeah, I know we gave so much, so yeah, please ask us some questions.
When people ask me this, I think in English there's just 3 words that make it very easy to get your tongue moving faster. Red lorry, blue lorry. It's like a tongue twister. But you say this and practice saying it more, you'll be able to say faster things. Red lorry, blue lorry, red lorry, blue lorry, red lorry. You'll say lead lolly, blue lolly, lead lolly, blue lolly eventually. But if you can practice saying that more and roll your R's and get your L's right, you will start working up your speed inside. Helps. Yeah, I did. I spent hours doing red lorry, blue lorry, red lorry, blue lorry. No jokes, my mom thought I was going mad. I mean, the pulses that I used are relevant to me, right? But you don't have to use the same pulses that I do. You're not yet on a journey to become an Indian classical musician. I'm not assuming that you won't be, but I'm just saying you're not. Figure out what is important to you. So if you're playing Latin music, if you want to get into Latin music, pick the clave. Right? That's the pulse you need to know. That's the key to you getting to know that genre. And then you can take these same exercises and this thought process and put it over that. Right? Like for instance, when I really wanted to learn the conga and I was studying with this Cuban guy, what I found very useful for me to do was to take traditional Indian compositions and practice saying them over the clave. I still suck at it, but I'm trying. For instance, if I have dagatitatan gidan gitan gadin nidatan gidan datunna dagatitatan gidan gitan gadin nidatan gidan datunna, that was the composition, right? So dagatitatan gidan gitan gadin nidatan gidan datunna dagatitatan and so on. I started practicing saying them over the clave. It started to, because this was a composition that I knew that's fairly difficult, but it started giving me a certain independence about how I approach the clave and how I internalize the clave, right? So find what's important to you, right? If you're a piano player, you want to practice, keep some kind of ostinato on your left hand, whatever it is, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with your right, swallow numbers, do different things, Be creative with how you can use these simple concepts. Or if you're doing a 5, so you can do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with your left hand, right? And then play different things with your right hand, right? So as simple as single notes. So if this is the left hand, 1, 2, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Dotted 8 notes, quarter notes, 16th notes. Simple. It's just when I'm saying it now because I've done it for a while, but the moment, if you put it on a chart or you put it on a piece of paper, you'll realize it's really very simple. It's just, it sounds cool when you say it, but it's really quite simple when you put it down on a chart. It's all upbeats and downbeats, that's it, right? And when you, I trust me, it seems weirder when I say it this way, but when you put it on a piece of paper or you put it on a chart, you'll read it in no time. You'll really read it in no time. The real challenge for you should be able to do it without reading it, you know, when you're internalizing the rhythm and then playing, because that then will start to apply to your improvisation and whatever else.
We've been presenting only Indian classical music. There is actually so much more music from India, folk music, which is never talked about too much. Do you want to like show some folk?
Yeah, I mean, we could leave you with that maybe. So,
Yeah, so let's
everyone
play
find a
some.
surface that you can bang on. We call this the literal translation for it means punch, but we call it the kutte, where we come from. It's like a real
It's like party music.
party music,
Seriously,
but
people
it
start
comes
dancing.
from, it actually comes from funeral processions. So a large, in South India, there's a large tradition of like big dances and loud rhythms in a funeral procession. That you'll think they're celebrating something. It's like they're celebrating life, you know. So it's a simple enough thing. Okay, it's a triplet. It's kind of like festejo, which we did yesterday. So find a surface to bang on. Okay, so first hit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, that's the feel.
Like a 6/8.
Right? So if I played it like, okay, so
அவ என்ன என்ன தேடி வந்த கஜல நரத்த பார்த்து சரத்த பாத பத்தல
yeah.
So
but
it's like that. That's how like folk music
That's
is usually
the-
like taken into
Okay.
like Bollywood movies and yeah. I mean in the South Indian film music, this is all the dance songs are usually in this groove, and you'll have like actors dancing.
yeah,
These are
yeah,
super
yeah.
popular. That's how
Very,
they go
very
into
popular.
all these parties and all that. If you want people to dance,
I
they'll
mean,
play this groove.
if you see there'll be guys sticking their tongues out and pulling their shirt apart.
we
they're
should go
dancing
watch a
the
video.
kutte.
After this, go watch a video.
Yeah, we can send you a link.
You will be very entertained.
You can go to
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Go to
yeah.
YouTube and put SODAKKU, Sodak. Okay, just go and listen to it. A recent hit. Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope some of what we said was,
I hope
something that you can
something
connect
stuck. I
with.
think
Yeah,
I just went
or at least made you interested in figuring out more. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.